Catherine, I caught you once again cheating on me. All I want is my clothes and I will leave. May I please have my clothing items so I can get the hell out of the house?
I asked you to leave anyway.
I am leaving. Can I please have my clothes?
You can come back later.
No, I'm not coming back.
Well, then you can call.
My clothes are right there. All I need is the things in the dryer. That's it, and I'm out of here. Can you please move out of the way so I can get my clothes and I will leave?
You can call the cops.
So that you can be with Michael.
You can call the cops.
I don't want to call the cops. I just want my clothes and I will leave.
Okay.
May I please have my clothes?
No.
Why? Why can't you just go be with him? Why do you have to string me along? And pretend like you don't like the guy after the that I just read? Just let me go, Kate. Be with him. He's right there. I'm over it, man. I'm done being punked. You can keep everything. Let me have my clothes so I can leave. And that's it. I won't bother you.
Put your recording down.
No, I'm not. Because I have to.
Then you can call
Because
the cops.
everything that you say is a lie.
Then you can
just
call
like
the
how
cops.
you and Michael are done. He's uncircumcised.
You can call the cops.
Okay.
Alright, fellas, so look, check this out, bro. Real talk, man. I took a couple of notes as I was listening to it because there's a couple of points that I want to touch on. Number one, the fact that she's standing in the way. She's standing in the way because she's banking on the fact that you are a rational man. No rational man is going to violently move her out of the way so that he could grab his belongings. So it's basically a strategic tactic that she's using in order to buy herself time, in order for her to calm you down and basically use her words to trick you out your position. That's one. Number two, he asked her, why can't you go be with him? See, the thing is this, she wasn't ready to go completely be with him because she's not sure if he's a viable option, right? She playing the field with him right now. She's trying to see what he's really about. Of course, she could be having emotional feelings for him. They could even be sexually active right now. But the thing of the matter is, he hasn't given her no inkling of a reason to believe that he's going to be committed to her. So she has to keep the guy that she currently has because obviously he is definitely doing what he's supposed to do as a man. Maybe not checking off all of the boxes, but he's providing. That's probably the house that he's paying for. You get where I'm going with that. Number three, he said, you can keep everything. Homie is ready to wash his hands with her, right? He's done with her. He's tired of the lies and things of that nature. His peace of mind is worth more than all of the material belongings and possessions that he has. You can have it all. I'm willing to give you that just so I can part ways with you. That's how bad and toxic of a woman she must be. And number four, she asked him to put the camera down. She put the camera down. She wants him to put the camera down so she can really say what she wants to say and act and behave the way she really wants to behave and not have evidence that she had ever done that kind of stuff. Because when it comes down to it in the court, he's recording everything. Those are receipts. That's evidence. Key evidence. And it will not help her cause at the end of the day. Fellas, y'all got to protect yourself at all times.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
Not a lie.
Listen.
What?
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there where the good man at? Like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're going to walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't going to go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't shit. She'll say, this man ain't shit. He ain't shit. He was bad. He was bad. But for the most part, every woman think they're a good woman.
For being there.
What makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself. Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil.
You know what's crazy, y'all? I can really get behind this message for the simple fact. From me reading a lot of emails, comments, firsthand testimony from guys that I know in real life, be that may be friends, acquaintances, co-workers, church members, whatever. Younger guys that I guess step into the big brother role as. You can hear them say all of this stuff, man, bro. She just never does this. She don't listen. She's always accusing me of doing this, that, and the third. And when you peel back the layers and say, bro, what reason does she have to believe that you're doing any of the things that she's saying you are doing? You're like, bro, I don't know. I don't know why. And usually what I find is this. If a man is cheating on his girl, like, yeah, I cheated on her and she caught me, but I never did it again. Like, dudes are really forthcoming with that type of information. And that's what I found in experience. A woman, you can have receipts from a guy saying that she cheated on him. He could show you the video of her putting the Pennsylvania in her mouth. And she would say that she was faithful to that man. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is this. People are not validating these talking points that these women are saying, because every woman thinks she's a good woman for whatever reason. I don't know why. But if you get to the root and talk to the men that they have dealt with, a lot of them are going to say, nah, she was the worst woman that I've ever come across in my life. And that's the truth. You've never heard a woman say, I ain't shit. Man, we've all heard men say that. Yeah, I ain't shit, but I ain't gonna lie. I was a dog. I was running through these holes left and right. In my 20s, man, in my 30s, I was still kind of, going with this girl, that girl, laying up here, shacking up there. I was making kids over here on this side of town, not raising them. And they hold themselves accountable. Right? How often do you hear the women do that? What qualifies you to be a good woman? That's the question. What is a good woman? Ask them what a good woman is. That's what we need to start doing. I'm a good woman. Describe a good woman. Straight up. And I bet you for the most part, we're going to not agree with the answer.
So what do you suggest the women in the West do if, everyone's advice is for men in the West to look elsewhere for a wife? What happens to all the women in the West then?
Well, that one study we referenced was said by 2030 or something, 50% of women will be without a man. So that's the direction we're heading, because two part of the problem. The men that are looking for those traditional values are starting to go overseas, and then two, the other half of the men are just checking out completely. They don't want to deal with women at all. So this is going to be a big issue that women are going to deal with in the future as their options dwindle.
Hey man, that is scary if you really think about it, especially for all my men who watch me who have daughters. You can't even sleep peacefully at night because you realize that there's not going to be no strong men for your daughters, bro. It is what it is, because they're going to be going overseas to find traditional women. So how do we fix the issue, right? We got to fix the women, bro, because dudes really are checking out. I read the comments, man. They ain't even checking for a lot of women, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. They checking out. But think about this, man. Let's just say you're a 40-year-old man and shit, let's face it, man. Niggas drop dead every day. You 40 years old and you got a 15-year-old daughter, man. Bro, do you know how heartbreaking it would be to think about the fact that if you left this bitch today, there's really not going to be anybody to look after your daughter the way that you look after her. At least back in the 50s, man, you could rest easy knowing that her husband was going to be the one that take care of her. That world no longer exists, bro. Ooh, that's crazy.
So now, if you notice, when you watch these talk shows and these women come on up, I can't find a man because I am a software engineer and I make this and this and that and the third. You never hear them say, you know what, Tamron Hall, you know what, Steve Harvey or whoever, I am single because I can't find a man who needs a soft and gentler woman, a man that wants a woman who is interdependent, resourceful. She is a woman who knows how to be in the queen and princess energy. She's a woman that is agreeable, but she will challenge you. I'm a woman that knows how to be what it means to be a woman. Help me find somebody who needs a woman like that. No, I don't cook all the time, but I can make sure that you eat. I'm a woman that I'm a good for his peace, legacy, and his portfolio. Steve, can you help me find somebody? Do we ever hear that?
Absolutely not.
Because you won't have a hard time connecting with a man
Facts.
if you lead with that.
Facts.
All right, fellas. So check this out, man. What she basically said is something that we all hear a lot. The job is the reason why a lot of these women can't find a good man, right? Now, there are a lot of women that have high-paying jobs and things of that nature. And with a high-paying job usually comes a great deal of skill set and education required in order to obtain that job. And when anybody gets a job like that, they can be on their high horse. But historically speaking, I would say that usually men have always had jobs like that, so I think that they will usually carry it a little bit better. Of course, you don't have guys who are obnoxious, arrogant, and things of that nature. They think they're God's gift to the earth. Cool. That's going to be a given. But when it comes to relationships, that kind of man is attractive to most women. He's not agreeable. Most women don't want an agreeable man. That's a feminine trait. A man who gets out of the way in order for people to make their way. That's not a masculine trait. That's a feminine trait, and that's what most men are looking for. But then she said something very, very wise, I would say. She said, why not enter the chat saying, hey, this is what I bring to the table. Are you a guy who's looking for somebody like that? And that's why I think the disconnect happens, because they go into that leading way. I don't need you. I got my own money. I'm interdependent. I don't need what you're offering. I just want somebody to come here and be my man and know how to handle me. That's not what a man is looking for. Y'all know I love a good story time, and this one just so happened to take place yesterday. My 8-year-old daughter, right, she had to get a dental procedure done, but it was it was going to be more invasive, so they had to put her under local anesthesia. The lady who was the how would you say, the anesthesiologist, right? She was I want to say she probably was, maybe she looked like she could be mixed with white and Latina, but bruh, she had such a sweet personality. Me and my daughter's mom, right? We was just like, yo, she's so nice. Her bedside manner was top tier, and she had a big old stupid ring on her finger, bruh. That's a woman who makes a lot of money. But she's wifed up, and I can tell why off the rip. All of the nurses had nothing but positive things to say about this woman. Oh yeah, we love her. She's agreeable. She just so happens to be very intelligent. So much so she was able to get a MD and practice medicine. But she had that big ass ring on her finger. And guys, I'm going to say this. As a man, I can see why any man will want her. Straight up. So that's, I think, where the disconnect lies. Some women know how to be a wife and still handle their business on the job.
Okay.
Damn!
This is how young women select husbands in this Fulani tribe. The practice is called sharo, which involves two suitors flogging one another publicly to win a maiden's hand in marriage. The Fulanis are known for their hard work, discipline, and courage. Because of this, it's believed that the process will help test the strength of the potential groom and prove his worth in terms of strength, resilience, and endurance. In an act of bravery, the groom is expected not to flinch, cry, or show any pain while asking for more strokes. The challenger will flog his opponent until he begs him to stop. A referee is provided to keep watch of the strokes so as to prevent serious and life-threatening injuries like blindness. Now, the winner of the flogging competition has the right to marry any girl or even 4 girls if he can prove his ability to handle all of them.
The list of demands I would have for that woman, if I gotta go through that just to get them. I would want the maximum out of women too. I ain't doing all that for no one woman. I gotta make sure I get me 4 of them. Yeah, straight up, I'm somebody's child, goddammit. Listen, I need 4 of them. I need them all to be virgins. I need them all to be submissive. I need them all to be traditional. I need them all to listen. I need them all to be expert cooks. I need them all to be basically OCD when it comes to tidying up and cleaning up the house. I need them to be nurturing. I need them to be smart. I need them to be everything under the sun if I'm taking a beating like that, bro. Oh my goodness gracious, man. Could you imagine if we had to do that for the women over here? I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I ain't, nope, not signing up for that. Hell no, bro. Them Sudanese men right there, them boys strong. No, not happening. You are effectively getting hit with a whip. Nah. Boy, my ancestors ain't go through that for me to get a ran through, woman. I ain't, no, bro. No. I can't do it, little brother. Nope.
I just really want you to know that I love the way you take care of me. Remember when
I'll say this and then I'm done. If you go through the comment section of this video and you see all of the responses from the men, especially black men, it really shows just how much they need to be affirmed and validated and how much they've been missing that. And that really touched me. That's all I have to say. I think that we all need affirmation from ourselves and each other, but going through the comment section, I really I get it. I get it now. Y'all need us to be nice.
Let me tell y'all something, bro. Us men, we love to feel appreciated and respected, bro. Like, dog, I ain't gonna lie. You put the right woman in front of one of the most cold-hearted red pill dudes out there, and she might make that boy change his mind. I ain't gonna lie to you. She might, bro. Because if you experience something that you never experienced, and it's coming from a genuine place, y'all niggas are fooled. I know y'all would, bro. A lot of y'all niggas are fooled, man. I ain't telling you to fool, but I'm just saying, bro. A lot of people, when I read the comments, I know they never experienced it before. And if you do experience it, man, that shit'll change your mind quickly. It will, bro. I ain't gonna say that down the line she ain't gonna fuck over you, but I'm saying, like, if she give you one solid year of her doing everything you ever wanted a woman to do, and then boom, she hit you with that switch the next year, you'll be like, God damn. But I'm telling you, it'll make your ass go from, nah, man, fuck these hoes, to damn, I love these hoes. Because women power is them being submissive and nurturing. That breaks a man down. And dog, even the hardest dude can fall susceptible to that.
Frederick Douglass once said, "It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults." So how do you build strong children? Traditionally, we've been told as parents, we need to provide our children with food, clothing, and shelter. Add books to that list. Did you know that there are cities and states that are building prisons and jails based on the literacy rates of third graders? Did you know that 2 out of 3 kids that cannot read proficiently by the 3rd grade will end up incarcerated or on welfare? Did you know that 85% of all kids who go through the judicial system are functionally illiterate? Did you know that 70% of all adult inmates cannot read above a 3rd grade level? There is a direct connection between illiteracy and many of the things that ail our society. So here are 3 things that you can do to build strong children via reading. 1, take them to the bookstore. You would be shocked by how many parents have never taken their child to a bookstore. And when you take them, put $20 in their hands and let them go. Let them pick the book of their choice, not yours. 2, create a fun, unique reading environment. Get a special chair or a chaise lounge with a cool book light and even specific snacks and beverages, and make reading time special. Lastly, you have to role model reading. James Baldwin once said, "Children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to emulate them." If you want your child to become a reader, then you, as their primary educator, need to embrace the love and power of reading too.
Guys, as a hardworking black man who raising 3 children, bro, listen, it's a flex when I tell y'all that I have really intelligent kids. And, you know, I can't take all of the credit for that, man. You know, my children's mother was very important in that process too, right? Both of my daughters honor society. My little boy, he starts pre-K soon. Kindergarten. He starts kindergarten soon. And, you know, he can count to 100, right? He knows a few sight words and things of that nature. The point I'm trying to make is this, right? If you want your kids to have an advantage, because that's what being a good parent means. You have to give the kids as many advantages as you possibly can, so that you can rest assured that your kid is capable going out there in that world and making his own lane or her own lane. You gotta raise kids with advantages, bro. An advantage you can give your kid. If you just had a kid, fellas, listen to me. I know a lot of y'all just had kids. Start reading to them. Read to them before they can even walk. Teach them their numbers. Go over the alphabets. Teach them the phonics, man. If you do that, when they go to pre-K and 4K and kindergarten, they're gonna be especially if they go to school in a black community, they're gonna be ahead of most of their classmates. Now, they are gonna have some kids who are just born gifted. They could come from the shittiest house, the worst parents, but they were born more intelligent than the average person. They're gonna be fine. But let's assume your kid isn't born that way. They're average like most of us. You do that, you can get them into a good school off the bat, and that will basically change the trajectory of their life. There's good schools in every city that kids have to test in order to get into, and those tests are really not that hard if you start when they're young. Straight up. The best school in your city is going to require your children to take a test. And they're easy. They want to know if your children at age 4 can recognize numbers, if they can recognize letters, colors, shapes, It's really easy, and you'll be surprised at how many kids don't know that shit. Just 15 minutes a day from the time they born, bro, will change the trajectory of your kid's life, man. I'm serious, bro.